Hey, I'm Blake Anderson. I'm a real estate investor focused on teams and the power of assembling a good team. I want to tell you a story about a deal that I'm working on right now. So, we had an investment group bring us this deal. 3 partners bought a piece of land back in 2021, completely different market back then. Seemed like it was an advantageous part of town. Momentum was moving in the right direction. And they thought, with all the momentum going on down here, this would be the perfect place for townhomes that will sell. Well, in the midst of a long approval process, probably been there, right? By the time the approvals came, the market had changed. High interest rates changed everything. Momentum in that side of town completely lost. And now they're not so confident on the buyer of these townhomes. So strategy busted. What do? Well, they're going to try to offload the property as is. And sell this land entitled, find another buyer. It sat on the market and didn't go anywhere. And then before they decided they were going to fire sale is when they called us. And they got us involved. And now we have come in and unlocked the strategy of this project. And now we didn't just save a deal. We've got something that we're super excited about going forward. I want to tell you the 4 brilliant things that these partners did that changed this whole strategy. And I think it's this thing that might save you on a deal that you might be stuck on as well. So what most people don't understand, when you got a stuck project, it's typically a people problem. But the first step, really, when you run into a stalled project, is to walk away. I don't necessarily mean walk away from a deal or fire sale it or give it away, but sometimes you just need to put something down and walk away. You know, there's this story told about President Trump when he was a full-time real estate developer, that whenever he would get stuck on a deal, he would go play golf. See, people don't understand why he's such a golf fanatic, but he would go play golf. And what would happen was, while he was on the golf course thinking about everything but his real estate deal, the answer would just come to him and he would know exactly what to do to get something unstuck. So step number 1, walk away, take a breath, regroup. Now that's really what this team did before they brought it to me. You know, they had this strategy that they were going to build townhomes to sell at top market value. And when the market shifted, the strategy was blown. And so they thought about some different things, but ultimately what they did was they just put it on the market, listed it at a good price, and walked away to really kind of give it some space. I think at this point they thought, well, maybe we'll just make our money in land. This was an experienced team. These were experienced land brokers and experienced money partner. So they knew what to do, the normal steps when you pivot, but ultimately they walked away, they took a breath, and when they regrouped, they had to come up with a different strategy. So that leads me to step number 2. So after you walk away, the next step is, let's redefine success, right? So many people forget to start a project by defining success. Like, what's the end goal that I'm trying to get to? And when you have a stuck project, after you've kind of taken a breath and regrouped, you ask yourself, well, what could success really look like on this project? So you release and let go of your strategy and you ask a different question. What could success look like now with these new sets of parameters? And that's really what happened with this team. They started asking different questions. Could we use this property for different means? Could we sell it as is? Could we build it to rent? What other factors could formulate a new strategy for success? But it starts by asking a new question. So we just pulled up to this site, and behind me is 1 acre, which will be the future site of 13 townhomes. But it's the site that almost wasn't. You see, my now partners got stuck because they were asking the wrong question. The next question that you've got to learn to ask is who, not how. See, oftentimes you're stuck trying to figure out the how. When your strategy doesn't work, you think, well, if I just do the math again, it's in here somewhere. When really what you need to say is, who can help me? Who brings a different expertise, strategy, or skill set that I haven't thought of? And that's what happened next. They said who, not how, and they got my partner and I involved in this project. Step 4 is to make room on the team for the people that have what you lacked. This original partnership had experienced land brokers and money partners, but they didn't have a builder or a developer on the team, and that's where we came into play. They were attempting to do something that they just missed out on the skill set necessary to make this a success. And so now we came with fresh ideas, fresh strategy, and a whole new skill set. And for that, we're now partners in the deal. The great thing about real estate is we don't have to be greedy, we can be collaborative. Because when you make room for new people, they bring new ideas and new possibilities. So clearly the story's not over. There's a lot more work to do on that site. We have our site approval with the city, and next we'll start clearing trees and building buildings. But here's what we intend to build there. 13 townhomes, but the cool thing is we're going to do an impact play where we create a build-to-rent community for a local ministry and nonprofit who's going to use these units to rehabilitate and transform the lives of their program participants. And that's the great thing about our partnerships with that. We created a portfolio called Refuge Homes where we supply housing. We say that we create environments that make life change possible. We provide housing for ministries to use. The great thing is ministries are not driven by the economy, they're driven by the need. And the ministries have told us we're happy to pay market rent as long as we can plan on using the housing for the long term. And so the great thing for us is the pivot in strategy is we're keeping it a long-term portfolio where we're going to realize appreciation over time, and we've got a tenant waiting for the property when it's finished. I won't have to lease a long lease-up period. I've got people who will be moving in the minute that we have CO and we're willing to turn it over. And they're going to pay market rent. And our partnership, along with our investors, are going to be making an impact in our local community for years to come. So next time that you got a stuck deal, instead of getting frustrated or trying to blame someone, I want you to think about these 4 steps, right? Step 1, take a breath, take a break, walk away, regroup. Step 2, ask a different question. Now that this strategy doesn't work, what could success look like on this site? Step 3, ask who, not how. Chances are the missing link to this whole strategy is the team member that you haven't found yet. And step 4, make room at the table for them to help you and participate in the success of your project. Hey, if you want your real estate business to go to another level in 2026, like, subscribe, and follow to take your business to another level.